Good morning. I am outside on a Monday morning taking a video of 144 Links Lane. And I am just going to show you, this is looking at the mailbox right here. Just going to show you this home that we moved into just 1 month ago. And it really has been a blessing and a curse to us because there have been so many maintenance issues. And when we moved in here, there were weeds everywhere, and you can tell the grass is just mostly, well, a lot of weeds. And even if you mow them, they still don't look perfect at all. I'm just going to start on this side of the house. It is a nice large home. Over here is where the lowest point of the property. We have a lot of water that just kind of sits, and you can see these weeds. We've mowed the front yard several times, I think 3 or 4 times since moving here. But you can see these oleander bushes. I worked on these for a while and thinned them out, but these oleander bushes just need to be taken out. They are really unhealthy, mostly dead. If you go and just pull on some of those, they'll just come right out. And like I said, I've already really thinned them out. Our gate works over here pretty well. This is a low point in the yard, and we do have a lot of water that collects right there. And then you can just see all the weeds in our backyard. When we arrived, it was full of weeds. We've had the air conditioners worked on. They've had some issues. And I'm gonna take you, so here are these oleander bushes that are really bad. They just have to get ripped out. These flower beds were chock full of weeds, and Pathlight did send, the company that we're renting from and that owns the home, they did send a crew out. Ironically, the only thing they did was clean out these front beds, and that's it. That's all they did. They didn't do one other item, and even though we arrived, we've already trimmed this bush once, and it was out of hand when we arrived. And you can tell, okay, so they did weed the beds and put down some of this covering, and they told me they sprayed for weeds, but I'm not sure I'm buying that because we're already having lots of weeds popping up. So, but we are at least grateful for that because we haven't received a lot of other help through Pathlight. So see these lights over here. So these 2 lights, I believe, work. The bulbs all need to be replaced, and we've begged for Pathlight to come and replace these bulbs. Hopefully they will. Hopefully that will be happening this week. I'm just going to show you. You can just see a lot of the weathering on the windows and things of this nature. But in all, the front yard looks pretty good. The front door has a lot of weathering. You can see that. Just a lot of weathering on this front door. Really could use some sanding and some paint. Our doorbell is I love the sound that our doorbell makes. I don't know if you probably can't see up there. We have a front porch light that's totally broken. Wasp nests that are super high up there. And Pathlight would not remove those. So hopefully that front porch light is going to get fixed. We're hoping. You can see this huge pampas grass. I have been working out here for hours to thin out this, but it is going to take a Herculean effort. All of that dead growth has to get ripped out, and these bushes need to be completely either just taken out because they're not healthy. If you can tell that the whole middle of the bush is dead, and they probably just need to be ripped out, but I don't know that Pathlight will do that. We'll see. We've asked for some things to be done. This is a fun tree, and then that piece of wood needs to get hauled off. It was some former tenant had it nailed to this fence. I'm not exactly sure why, and I'm not sure what purpose it served. This area is just looks like this. We've come through here and chopped down all those weeds. There were tons of weeds back there that we have weed whacked, but you can see there's just so many weeds. Okay, this is crazy. Look right here. See that water? Well, our air conditioners, they actually empty. There's a pipe up there and it's dripping right now. There's like little drops coming out. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but our air conditioner that are in the attic, they actually drip out of that right here in front of our garage. It's warping our garage door, and I'm not going to be surprised if we get moss growing right here. It's really strange design of whoever designed the house. Didn't think through that. Garage doors are really weathered, but they work, and they are very rickety. If you put them up, you'll hear it. They're not in the best shape, but they at least for now work. We're grateful. I trimmed back. This bush was so bad, and I have worked a lot on it. Still some weeds back there that need to be taken out. Just lots of work. So now I'm gonna take you to the backyard, and I guess this is an outdoor irrigation system. So far we haven't been able to get it to work. Of course, more weeds need to be cared for. These oleander bushes were horrendous. I have spent a long time getting them to look as good as they do right now. And then of course you can look right here. Here's some more pampas grass. It really has to go. It's almost, the majority of it is dead. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to resurrect that thing. Under this is the gas pump. We have propane, and there's a little latch right there, and that is access to the gas. And when we came, there was 0 gas, so we had the company Hein, I think is the name of it. They came out and we had 400 gallons put in. All right, so I'm taking you to the backyard. This backyard has some good potential. Right now it is full of weeds, and the grass is full of weeds. We have found 4 snakes, 1 venomous that we can identify. It was a copperhead back by the pool. All of this growth that is on our back fence, there are so many weeds back here, and in the photos that we had of this home, there were no weeds back here, so it's a little deceptive. But look at all this growth. It's just overtaking vines, weeds all over this pool. There was just stuff left here. We already had Pathlight came out and hauled some things off after we begged them. And they did haul some junk out of here. This whole panel was completely taken off, and all of the electrical components were exposed, and the pool guy did get permission from Pathlight to put this on, latch it on, which is good, but they did not. A lot of this equipment is rusted and is not efficient, and the drain is not correct. When you drain the pool, it just collects back here. When you backwash the pool, it collects out here, which is really, really bad. But so far they've not given him permission to fix that. So our pool actually looks the best it has looked. We have begged Pathlight to come out and suction it. It is full of sediment on the bottom of it, so it has to get suctioned out. We really need help. It's been really hot. My kids have been in the pool. Like I said, this is the best it's looked, but it needs so much more maintenance, and hopefully that will happen. I see these trees right here, and they are going to knock this fence over. All these branches need to be trimmed, or this is just gonna overrun the fence and knock it down. Okay, Just gonna show you a lot of these screens. I don't know if you can see it in the light, but they're just old and weathered. These lights do not work. Hopefully those will get replaced. And this tree has a lot of, this tree just needs to be totally trimmed back and cut down. This tree over here you can see is dead. All that dead growth right there, it needs to be ripped out. And all these weeds where snakes love to hang out. This is where we have found our snakes. Look at all of this. This is fun. All of this growth back here. It is just, all this needs to be taken way back. This tree is really putting pressure on this back fence. If you can see, the back fence is leaning because this tree is really strong, and the more it grows, it's just pushing that fence over. Okay, back in this pool area, we arrived, and if you can tell, nothing was cleaned, nothing back here works, no gas, no water. It is just, things are rusted. There's a water heater down there, it's kind of rusted. Just, this all needs to be cleaned out. And then you can just, we have a beautiful cow pasture in our backyard. It is so lovely back there. But we came to all these lovely weeds. They're just growing and they're so happy. We have mowed back here once, but then Pathlight said they were sending landscapers, but we haven't seen those landscapers yet. They've never worked in the back. There's a pool house, but as you can tell, it's not usable. It's a mess. No water, no electricity. All these things are, we think there was in the freeze, maybe some pipes burst, something. There was a freeze, I don't know, a year ago they said. We moved here from South Carolina. It's just in really, really rough shape back here. And so we can't use the pool house when we have guests over because it doesn't work. It's grody. Hopefully, they've said they're going to send someone out to fix that, and it will be wonderful. I'll do another video when they do. Okay, so, oh, see that jacuzzi over there? It does have a heater, but it doesn't work, and Pathlight says they won't fix that. There are two, I'm going to show you this, because this is a really dangerous thing, but on this jacuzzi, there are those two tiles, and they are completely loose. They're tiles that kids would want to jump off. You know how kids are. They want to get up here and jump off these. This one right here and the one over there, they are totally loose. You see that? They actually they don't just need glue. They need a bunch of cement to have them be safe so that kids don't fall off of those when they're standing on them to jump into the pool, which all children are going to do. Okay, so there's the back of the house. And it looks so much better than it did because we've had junk hauled off. I'm going to show you our little play area that was here when we came. Initially, we were excited about it for the kids' sake. Okay, one more thing. This gate does not work. The latch does not work. So that is a safety issue. It's something where it just won't connect. It's not aligned, so we can't lock. This is an important gate to lock, obviously, getting into the pool area, and it does not work. Okay, so this back patio, oh, there's like a huge dead spot in the grass over here. More lovely weeds. This back patio has all kinds of little marks all over it. I don't know if you can see with the sunlight. Wes and I have been out scrubbing. This was really bad over here. Very dark. We have been scrubbing that. And it looks like we need to do a lot more scrubbing. This really just needs to be pressure washed. We don't have a pressure washer or I would be doing it. Okay, so this back spigot is, I've done a video on this before. I have a whole video on this area, but there are grubs down there growing. This area totally floods when you turn on the hose, and because that fixture needs to be replaced. And then this fills up with water, and it's just kind of a little swamp back here. This is kind of a safety issue, this swing set, and you can tell how weathered it is, I hope, from the camera. It's just in bad shape, and I have thought about coming back here and just putting some stain on it. I'm just not sure it's worth it. It really just needs to be hauled off. We have a snake nest, we believe, under this portion. My son was down there playing and a snake came right out, and then he saw another snake another day. That was not very pleasant, so they're a little bit afraid to come over and play on the playground area. And everything's just rusted. This slide is gonna just, I think this whole thing needs to be hauled off. And then their back fence. You just can see the shape of the yard, this tree that's overgrown. This just gives you a good picture of what we came to, and you can see right there the blinds in our master bedroom. They do not completely go down and cover, which is really sad because we need privacy blinds in there. Hopefully they're going to replace those. And that is the outside property. Up on that patio, actually, I'll have to take you up there later, but there are more stains on that back patio. And this yard has a lot of potential. This could be amazing and beautiful, and we hope that it will be. Signing off for now. Bye-bye.